Good morning, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Ultras 11. I'm still Joe,
And I'm Al.
and today we're joined with a guest. We told you about this last week. We did a little sneak peek. He did his blind ranking and everything. We got Big Tones back, and he's ready.
Thank you for joining us, Big Tones.
That's no problem.
How you doing today?
Very good.
You're very good? That's hey, it's always good to have you on the show. You're a very hard guy to get on here. Your schedule is very tight, but we were able to squeeze you in today.
It shouldn't be hard because I live here.
Yeah, I know, but the travel time sometimes
different
it's difficult.
clocks,
Yeah,
stuff
there's
like that.
traffic sometimes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It gets a little bit harder. But thank you for coming today. We appreciate it.
Pleasure.
Joe put a little something together for you, so we hope you're ready.
Wow.
You better
Well,
be ready.
I'm not going to take all the credit. Alex helped. Come on.
I put my 2 cents in, but
it's teamwork.
It's a teamwork thing.
That's it.
just like Italy, man, teamwork makes the dream work.
Well, since Alex already kind of teased it, we're just going to be talking about the Euro and Italy. We're not going to talk about everything to do with the Euro. I know we kind of said we do a little preview, but the reality is
We're Italian,
yeah.
and we're going to give you an Italian preview because that's what we're good at.
I'd be wearing my jersey right now, but I don't fit in my jersey. So
Joe's waiting for a new special jersey
I'm
to
waiting
come
for my
in.
new jersey to come in that fits me properly and isn't revealing to my body. So we're going to give that a minute, but let's jump into things over here. Toe, Al, obviously you have to answer the questions too. Man. I'm just letting you know.
I'm here for a little bit of sports.
Yeah.
I want to hear Toe's answers.
So, okay. We have seen Spalletti. We've seen some of his tactics. We've seen a couple games, well, more than a couple games with him now. Now the comparisons are about to start. Him and Mancini. Mancini was able to get the best out of certain players, like the attacking players. Chiesa flourished. Insigne even did well, even though it was supposed to be the end of his career. You know, Berardi did well. Now it's a question. Well, kind of. He was kind of replaced by Chiesa at the end of it. But I'm just saying, like, Mancini was able to get the best out of his attackers. Yeah. Do you think Spalletti could get the best out of his attackers again? Or do you think somebody else will benefit from Spalletti?
No, I think that Spalletti will do a good job because I like the way. I think the way that he talks to the players.
Get a little bit closer here.
He keeps them. He keeps pretty well the guy, and that's. I think that's very important in a team. Because it doesn't matter who you are, but if you can keep the group together like a family and everything, you get lots of out of it.
Yeah.
Do you think like someone like Scamacca, who at the beginning of the season didn't do very well, near the end of the season you saw he was picking up, he had that confidence. Yeah. The last couple games, I know he wasn't able to score. You can see he was kind of frustrated. He wanted to score these last two friendly games.
Yes.
Do you think Spalletti will be able to kind of get through to him and kind of motivate him that once this Euro starts, he'll be able to actually start scoring and
I think he will. He will.
You think he'll be able to get the best of him?
Because, like, for the motivation, I think that to me, Spalletti, every time I see the coaches, you can tell that the way he is with the players and everything, and that's what you need.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna motivate them that they probably will do what he's gonna ask them to do.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see any players? Do you see any players in this year, like this Italy team that we have right now? Do you see any players standing out from the rest with Spalletti, or do you think it's going to be more of like a team effort, stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, don't forget that Spalletti this year. I mean, you look at the national team that were this year, like they're all young guys. I mean, before we knew that there was one block from Juventus, one block for here. You had 6-7 play. Now they put it well.
It's all last Euro you had Chiellini and Bonucci kind of leading that. Having been those leaders on the team and having that kind of guidance for these younger guys. Now it's a whole younger team.
Yeah, like technically your experience is coming from who? A guy like Bastoni?
Yeah.
Barella. Obviously, Barella is older, and we keep on forgetting that he's
Jorginho
older.
is like the most kind of vet player really on the team anymore. Other than that, like, it's a young team, and like Spalletti has to get through to these guys and kind of show them, what it means and, what it takes to play it for Italy and to play in a tournament like this.
Yeah. I saw on TikTok actually the other day, they were talking about how Spalletti has banned like any use of like PlayStation. It's 100% concentration on the tournament, and they were saying how that's actually a bad thing.
Yes, I seen that.
And they were saying like, what if you need to unwind, you need to like relax, stuff like that. You play PlayStation, you play Xbox, you call your wife and stuff like that. Do you think that's actually a bad thing that he's taking away like technology, or?
No, I think that's a good thing. You gotta put like a father figure when you tell your kids don't do, and it's doing exactly the same, which is good.
Yeah.
Says okay, none of this stuff. You gotta concentrate this the European Cup. You gotta be over there and give 100%. Never mind this. That's not as important.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, right?
And the other thing you gotta that I'm looking into too, like who would have thought that Spalletti would call Fagioli there?
Yeah.
Which even the media in Italy, some of them, well, they didn't play for 7 months. Why? Because Spalletti, like, he's got faith, he's got on this guy, and he wants to show.
Yeah.
Because then at the end of the European, let's see what's going to happen. And people can say, you know, Sammy, he was right. He was one of the best players on the field.
Yeah.
So he gave him that chance because nobody else would have done that.
No,
nobody
definitely not. No. Definitely not. You wouldn't even been considered.
Especially after a ban like that.
No.
There's not a lot of coaches that would be like, yeah, you know, I'm still going to, even though he hasn't played all season and he got banned for this reason, yeah, I'll still take a chance in him. There's not many coaches that would.
Well, it even shows you that he started Fagioli in the last game, you know, and like he even has high praise about Fagioli and says he's a good player. He can play a lot of different roles.
The way he sees the game, like a lot of people talk about like his vision and just he actually understands the game and sees it in a different way compared to other people.
Yeah.
And Spalletti sees that, and then he knows that can be useful in a tournament like this, man.
Yeah, and he might actually, honestly, there's a lot of rumors even saying that he might be starting that first game against Albania.
I know.
There's a lot of rumors saying like Fagioli's the guy. He's going to be beside Jorginho. Like it's going to be him all turn. Obviously until Barella's fit again, which makes sense, I guess. But so he's been experimenting Spalletti with different formations. We saw him do a 4-man backline and a 3-man backline.
Yes.
Which one do you think is better for Italy, given what they have, the talent, the players, and stuff like that?
But then again, I think that every coach is different, you know, with all this 4-3-3, 4-2, 1-3-1 and stuff. I mean, I'm pretty sure that he can, like Allegri, I think used to be like that because there was Allegri with all these formations. A lot of time you should change a formation during the game.
Yeah.
That it was started with a 4-3-3 and then he saw more or less what was going on. And then during the game, it would change, would confuse the other team because what's going on over here. And I think Spalletti will do the same.
That he'll kind of adjust as
he'll adjust. Going. He sees something that is not going his way. He goes, okay, let's go back to 4-4-2 and everything.
And I feel like too, like with a lot of Italian players, I don't know if it's the coaching that they kind of set them up to be like this, or if this is just how they are. But I feel like a lot of them are versatile in the fact where like, you know, right backs can play center back and center backs can play as full backs and they can kind of move around. So like I can see him starting off in that 4, and then if need be, if like on the attack or what, you know, if they, you know, kind of change to a 3-5-2 and a 5-man back when they're defending, because they have those guys like Calafiori, which he can drop in as a center back, but he can also play as a left back. So, you know, you start him as a left back and then you have Cambiaso on the wing, and then he kind of falls into the middle and goes into like a 3-man back, and you have him as like that wing back. So like I agree with my dad. I can see that, you know, them kind of starting off in that 4 because I think that is the one that they're going to go with. But I can kind of see Spalletti kind of adjusting midway through the game if he needs, like, depending on the team that they're playing. Because every team, like, you can kind of, you know, watch as much film as possible and study them and see how to prepare. But nothing's when you're in that game, that's like situation, they're obviously doing the same thing. So they're going to make adjustments and try new things. So the only way you can kind of prepare is start the game out, kind of see how the flow is going, and then make the adjustments from there.
You can do that during the game too. Yeah.
You can't prepare for like individual brilliance, right? Like who's to say like you go with a specific formation, you have a tactic in mind, you're playing against Croatia. Next thing you know, Modric decides to turn back the years and do something crazy, right? Like you can't prepare for that. That's when you have to be able to adjust, adapt, and change it all up, right? So it's one of those things, and that's why I'm glad he's doing multiple formations.
He's testing. He's just testing things out.
He's the coach, really.
Yeah. Oh no, there's not many other guys after Mancini left who I would have been happy with taking that spot.
Yeah, definitely. You see the way he is, like the way he conveys his messages, how he even got Baggio to come back into like the Italian setup and be a part of football again. It's like stuff like that. Like a lot of people don't know that Baggio took that hiatus and didn't want anything to do with Italy.
That's what I mean. Like everyone's saying, and like, you know, it's so nice, you know, seeing all them, but like, yeah, okay, like Del Piero and Totti, like, okay, yeah, you know, they would have come whatever, but like the fact that they were able to get Baggio to come there and like talk to the team and like to kind of show these kids like, hey, like, you know, like this is a big thing. Like, you know, it means a lot to play for Italy. It's not just, you know, like playing like whatever, like to represent your country and like having these kids understand the actual meaning. Because everybody dreams of playing for their country and representing.
Yeah.
But like certain things, and I feel like Italy just like they have that really strong passion and like that really like it's like a higher importance to play for the national team than like anybody else. And like just having these veterans teaching these kids and like things that was huge. Especially the fact that Baggio was there, I think was
now
even
the
bigger.
question is, do you actually think that Totti, Del Piero, Antonioni, and Baggio going to the training camp is actually going to benefit these players for this tournament?
I think that it will. I mean, you put yourself that, let's say you will play from the national team and you see these 4 guys over there and they come and talk to you. How would you feel?
Yeah. Well, no, exactly. I'd be fired up.
But I mean, you have
if I saw
veterans of
Totti
the
even
game.
just like come and shake my hand, be like, damn, all right.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure that some of them would tell you, listen, when I was playing for Italy, they say maybe had 1 year I wasn't really good, but and so they will kind to guide you.
Yeah.
To say, listen, don't do this, don't think of that before the game. Just
Don't
concentrate
focus
on
on
that.
this.
Oh, don't worry, you play against a strong team, and there is the guy like to say Mbappe, for example. You play with friends. Don't think about Mbappe. Think about the whole team. You play your game because hey, at the end of the day, the ball is round.
Yeah. So anything could happen.
We've seen upsets in the past. We've seen
never.
Switzerland knock out France. And everyone thought that France was taking that Euro Cup with ease, and Switzerland knocks them out like nothing. Like things happen. Like I said, the ball's around, especially with the knockout games. Anything could happen, man. Any team could win.
I started watching World Cup quite a few years ago.
You got a couple more years on us.
And the first one that I remember, that was when it first started on TV, 1966, when Italy lost against North Korea, South Korea.
Yeah.
We were eliminated by a team like that. Who would have thought of that?
Yeah.
And Italy, we had a good team.
It was a strong team.
But hey, they scored a goal, we were out.
Yeah.
So, and every year, every World Cup, there is always some upsets and everything.
Yeah.
We'll all see it. So
that's what I mean. It's I always like the fact when Italy's not the favorites.
Oh yeah, because if Italy's the favorites, that's how you look at any time, like especially more recently, where the favorites were supposed to beat these guys, no problem, walk in the park, play against Macedonia. Yeah, we'll beat them. And then what ends up happening, right? Like we don't do Italy doesn't do well when they're the favorites. They always have to be the underdog or least expectations possible, right?
Yeah, but if you think like 1982 and 2006, on paper, we were not the favorite.
Oh, yeah, definitely
like
not.
82, we were, especially when you think that you got to play first round 4 teams, then 3 teams, we got Brazil and Argentina.
Yeah.
If you would have put money over there that Italy was going to come out of the group, you would be a millionaire today.
Yeah.
So what in the day, 2006, again, we had a good team.
But 2006, you go look at that tournament, just 2 teams. You look at Brazil and France. France we beat in the final, but Brazil, thankfully, we didn't have to play.
Yeah.
But look at the players that played on those teams.
Oh, my God.
And at the beginning of the tournament, you're like, okay, one of these guys here, they're winning. Even Portugal had a good team, too.
Yeah.
One of these teams are winning.
Or Argentina.
You would not think Argentina.
How many times Argentina
you
were those players?
You wouldn't, like, Italy, they had a good team, but Italy, they didn't have any, like, superstars or anybody that you're like, hey, Italy can, they can make a run. They can do good. It was just, hey, hopefully they go far. You didn't really expect that much. And look what happened. Then I feel like the next World Cup in 2010,
the expectations
were so high because, it's the same team. They just won the World Cup.
They just rehired Lippi.
Lippi came back. And then they didn't even make it out of the group stages that year.
Yes.
Yeah. I feel like that's every time when Italy is that favorite or like they have expectations, they can't they can't do it. They flop.
True.
So I'm happy that with everyone's kind of looking at them this year like, group of death. Yeah, Italy's not going to make it
out.
You
look, when we won the European Cup, what was it, 2021, right? Because we had to play the year after.
21. So it was called Euro 2020.
Listen, of course.
But it was in 2021.
We knew we had to have this on team, but I didn't think that we were going to win that.
Well,
but then again, every game, they did it.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of pressure and expectations and stuff like that, Baggio, when he went to go visit, they interviewed him, and he actually said there's nothing that weighs heavier than wearing that Italian jersey, especially if you're wearing the number 10 on your back.
Yeah.
Now, we saw Spalletti, they appointed Pellegrini the number 10. So, what do we think about Pellegrini being the number 10, and do you think he is the right choice to be that guy to carry, according to Baggio, like what is the heaviest jersey an Italian can wear?
You want to go first?
I will not be personally insulted, guys. I don't think I'm up in the air with him being number 10 sometimes, but
But then again, when we look around as just Italian players over there,
there's not a real number 10.
What is a real number 10?
Yeah,
that we could say there is a number 10.
Like a Del Piero, a Baggio, a Totti. Like there's not that kind of player
So
that I'm like.
I think right now for him, he just made that decision. Looking at everybody else, and they say, okay, something.
Yeah,
we'll put him. That I think the choice. But in those days, was Del Piero was Del Piero. Totti was Totti. You don't take those numbers away. But today, I think he could have put Donnarumma to be number 10. I mean,
no, it is true. Like looking at like the team, and I remember even like after I saw like when we posted the official numbers, I was looking at them and just going over them, and I was just like Pellegrini. I'm sorry, he's not a number. He's not.
No, he
shouldn't be.
I agree. 10. I think he should.
But then I'm looking at it, and I'm like, no one on this team is a number 10. Like,
but
no one
it's between Pellegrini or Barella. Those were the two choices for
Barella,
number 10.
Barella is like he's a number 8.
Yeah,
like he through and through, he's a number 8. He's not a 10. I feel like your 10 should be a guy that fits the bill. And I'm sorry, Pellegrini is not that guy. No. I'm just saying in general. Sorry, not sorry to you because fuck Pellegrini.
But he had to put.
But they had to put somebody, and they didn't want to, I guess, leave the number out, like to kind of say, oh, no one deserves it, to kind of have that kind of thing. So I mean, they gave it out, and Pellegrini was just that next guy.
Exactly. When number 10, so Pellegrini anyway.
Yeah.
Because the last one was Insigne was number 10.
Yes, and then in between that, it was always changing. Like one time, Raspadori was number 10. Pellegrini, I think Barella even got it at one point, during a friendly.
No one's like none of those guys are that.
I would actually say, like, if you're gonna look at a number 10, to me, I would actually argue with you that Raspadori, obviously, if he was a starter, and he was consistent and like whatever it is, I would say that's the closest to a real number 10 Italy has.
Yeah.
He has that ability to play make. He has the ability to score like a real number 10, right? So. It would have been nice to see maybe him get that, but you already know.
Yeah, I don't think he's there yet.
Respectfully to him, think he's great, but you already know he's kind of going to be a backup. He's going to be a tactical change.
But then the other maybe, I don't know if I would say it's a good thing would be, because now having this Pellegrini having this number 10, maybe it's going to boost him up a little.
Yeah, give him a little bit of confidence.
Maybe a little confidence, and maybe he's going to show, something. They gave me this sweater, which is pretty heavy.
Yeah.
I saw, and maybe it might show something that's at the end, maybe we're all myself here, something. That was a good choice.
Yeah.
But until we see
again, until we see it, we're not going to know. But as of now, I wasn't shocked by it, because like we've talked about in the past that like he's most likely going to get 10.
Yeah.
But like after seeing it again, like I was like, she doesn't look right. Like somebody else needs to be 10, but I just don't know who yet. Like they're not there yet.
I was gonna say no one's really there. Like everyone, I heard a lot of people saying Chiesa because of his ability and stuff like that. I'm like,
he's gonna change. He's gonna be 7.
Yeah, I was gonna say if anything, he's a 7. He's a winger through and through. As much as everyone wants to say he could play in the middle, no. He's that guy that like.
So the 10, you got to be more of a playmaker.
Yeah, exactly. You have to be in the middle of it all. You're the creative one. You can score. You could,
like Totti, Platini, you name it. All this.
Yeah, those are real number 10.
Those,
Like that was more of a 21.
Yeah, but he could
still fit the 21.
He could still fit the bill with number 10.
Yeah.
He could have done 10 and 8 together.
Yeah, I was gonna say
been anything.
He was different, gravy. But
we're not talking about France
we're not
now.
talking about France. I just want to ask now, what do you think is one of Italy's biggest weaknesses that we've seen so far? Do you think it's something at the midfield? Do you think it's depth, defense, goalie, attacker? Where do you think we will struggle?
Well, I mean, watching through those exhibition games, I mean, really, sometimes you cannot make any judgment on that to say. Because right now, I could say, midfield. I think we were kind of defense. We'll look at the last game that we played, and you see what happened there. We almost. But then again, you can really put a number there on something to say, what do you think? Right now, it could be anything. It could be forward. But then again, we got, you got Chiesa, you got Scamak, and those guys are good. So I think until Saturday, when Saturday was started, then we can start making points.
Yeah.
I think that guy shouldn't be there.
For me, to be honest, I'll tell you right. I know it's when we only see the friendlies. I think it's the defense is going to be the problem.
You think so?
Yeah. Well, I know. Like I have confidence in the defense. Like we did replace and kind of fill Chiellini and Bonucci. You're never going to fill them because it's almost impossible. But it's not living in the past. I just like you saw like in that last tournament how many games they were massive in, and we won because of having just those guys, those two in the back in the middle. Like they were brick walls, and people were amazed because they thought these guys were done past their prime, like, yeah, whatever. And these guys were playing like they were in their prime, like with Juventus. Like I haven't seen them play like that in a long time. And I feel like in a tournament, the tempo's different than anything we're seeing now. I feel like Italy's defense is like that's where you're going to see them struggle.
Yeah,
I feel like that just without replacing those guys, man, it's tough.
For me, I'd actually say to you, like, okay, obviously, I would say maybe our goal scoring threats. But it's just once you get the monkey off your back with that, I think we
won a Euro Cup having Ciro Immobile as our striker.
And that's why like I don't think too much about the attack because at the end of the day, as long as you can pass the ball, you're better than
one goal last tournament.
Yeah, exactly. So for me,
I'm not worried about the striker.
I would say
we always figure out for me. It's the defense that kind of worries me.
It's the midfield, I'd say, because obviously, like to me, I think our best midfielders are literally Barella, Fratesi. Fagioli might be up there. I got to see him a little bit more. Like if he is back to his full, you know what I mean?
But then you compare to last tournament, Jorginho, you have there again. Barella, you have there again. The only one you're changing is Verratti, which let's just say you put Fratesi or Fagioli. Either one of them are very good replacements for Verratti.
Yeah.
Like you're not dropping
But that's the thing. It's a different style that he's going to be playing, right? And that's why I'm saying like I'm scared because if you look like there's a rumored 11 right now that's supposed to be happening for Saturday's game. And the midfield is Cambiaso, Jorginho, Cristante, and DeMarco. And I look at that, and that actually scares me because it's like you have these guys, and Jorginho, obviously, like, you know, he's going to try to play that Pirlo role, dictating the tempo, this and that, whatever. But Cristante beside him.
I really don't like Cristante. There,
like, and that's the thing.
I joke and I chirp about Cristante, but I don't think like he should be in the starting lineup. I'm sorry.
I agree with you.
I
don't see him as a starter.
If you want to play Jorginho there, okay, I'm good with that. I think he's still, you know, he's obviously not the fastest, or you know, he's gonna have someone there that can kind of cover up for the speed that he doesn't have. But I think Cristante is not the right partner
and that's the thing.
to have in that midfield.
You too, like, I think if you're going to have Cristante in the midfield, you can't have Jorginho beside him.
No.
You have to have somebody with some form of athleticism
like
beside him. Right?
Cristante should be taking off Jorginho in the 60th minute.
Yeah.
You know, use him as a sub to kind of change for each other.
Yes.
But to have them both starting, that just sounds like a disaster waiting to happen.
I don't see Cristante there.
Yeah, he's like, don't get me wrong. I'd always say like Cristante's average at everything, and you know what you're getting out of him. It's a consistent player, like whatever. But I just don't know what you'd expect out of him when you put him beside like somebody that's also unathletic like him, right? It's like, is he supposed to be the box to box guy? Yeah, are they both doing the same job? And then Pellegrini, Chiesa, and Scamacca are supposed to do their own thing up top? Like I don't know.
I don't even. I was gonna say I kind of get it, but I don't. Having both of them there, I feel like you have almost like zero attacking abilities.
Yeah.
Like why not have Jorginho and Fagioli or Jorginho and Fratesi?
I mean, ideally for me, I think this is just a makeshift thing until Barella's like fully fit.
But in the meantime, Joe Fagioli.
I agree. I agree.
Fratesi, both better than Cristante.
I would look at either one and say I kind of think he had Fratesi playing on Saturday in that front three where Pellegrini's supposed to be playing.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think that's one of Fratesi's best positions too, because it's like he's just everywhere. Yeah. He pressures the deep. He's a fucking workhorse. He's good. He's crazy.
Yeah,
he doesn't stop running.
I love that, and I as much as I love Pellegrini, that's my captain, and that's the number 10. I would honestly look at you and say I think Fratesi should be replacing him in that starting 11. And I think you should have Fratesi, give him like a freedom role, and then do Fagioli beside Barella. I love Jorginho, but I would love to also see him on the bench.
Yeah.
You know, I just think he's good, but he's nothing close to Pirlo. Right? And that's the role he's going to be playing. Like that maestro, like let me dictate the play.
Comparison there.
But that's what I mean. Like that's the role he's supposed to play. And it's like, I don't think you could do even half the job of Pirlo, respectfully.
No, he dude, don't even make that comparison.
No, I know. I'm just saying they're playing that Agista role. Both of them, right? So it's like.
No, but with Cristante, the other thing you got to worry it's because I watch quite a few games. It's very easy to start getting yellow cards and everything.
Yeah, he likes to complain. He likes to do these stupid fouls.
He gets stupid yellow cards, and you cannot do that.
You already have Mancini there that's going to do that.
Mancini's not rumored. Mancini's not rumored to start.
Yeah, but I feel like he'll slip in there somehow, and he'll be starting, man.
Hey, listen, if Mancini starts. You're
That's
guaranteed one thing:
a
bloodshed.
A
No,
card.
we're gonna start playing 10.
We're guaranteed a card that game.
Yeah, exactly.
At least one.
He's a just cause. It's a Materazzi. All right,
Oh,
he
no.
just slaps people in the mouth and bullies them. But besides Mancini, we're not going to talk about the defense. I don't want to harp on.
You don't want to harp on all the Roman players?
Yeah, I was going to say let's not talk bad about them yet. There's a lot of people saying that Vicario should be starting over Donnarumma.
Yeah, those people haven't watched soccer.
They say it's because of the league that they're in. They say it's like, oh, Vicario did it with a shit Tottenham, and look how good
What
he
did he
did
do
in
with
the
a shit
Prem.
Tottenham?
Exactly.
They didn't win anything.
I'm just saying here. I'm just repeating
I know.
what
I
I've
know.
been seeing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, when you say it out loud, you're like, wow, like how stupid are
It
these
is
people?
stupid. But this is my question. Do you think Donnarumma should be replaced for Vicario?
No.
Or do you think keep it the same, Donnarumma's your goalie?
You gotta keep Donnarumma.
Yeah, like man, like
It's like if right now we're talking about a few years ago, you say Buffon or whatever, anything. Well, what would you think?
Oh, yeah.
You don't have Buffon is Buffon.
Yeah.
And the same thing now with Donnarumma over there. We know that sometimes he makes some stupid whatever, but he's there right
Yeah.
now. It's a number
well,
one.
but it was the same. It was literally like you were saying, same thing when Buffon was still playing, and not like his Parma days. Like when he was still with Juve in his 30s and still the number one goalie for Italy, and Donnarumma was still a thing because he started playing at 15 years old, and people at one point were like, "Oh, Donnarumma should be playing over Buffon." No, first of all, seniority. He's been the number one, and he's still better and more capable. So you're gonna keep playing him. If he was falling down and you kind of see that he's making stupid errors, I get it. Still have him there as a backup, but you bring in the new. Yeah. But Buffon was playing some of the best football you've seen at 39 years old.
It also even look at that era when there was Sirigu. When he was coming up, and there was Marchetti on Lazio as well.
Yeah.
Everyone was saying, "Oh yeah, but look at Sirigu, what he's doing for Torino. Yeah. Look at this. Look at Marchetti for Lazio." And it's like Buffon is Buffon. It's almost as if people get bored of seeing Buffon.
They want to see
like, I want to see him change it up. Yeah. And like I think obviously Vicario is good, and it's a great thing to have a capable backup goalie like that.
Great goalie,
fantastic. But I'll say this time, blue in the face. Donnarumma is a generational goalie. Yeah. Broke onto the scene at 16 years old, was a starter right off the rip. PSG I think that was the worst decision for his career, but
and the fact that he wants to stay there and like he loves it there.
Yeah, he's one of the best goalies in the world, if not the best.
That he's because he's stupid, but I'm not going to say he's a bad goalie or nowhere near.
Yeah, exactly.
One of the best goalies in the world at the moment. Like there's not much better than him realistically. Yeah. Like you look out there. Yeah, he could be playing in a better league, and at that point, people would be like, "Oh wow, he is good," and he deserves the praise. Now it's going to be like anybody that goes to PSG. Yeah. Like even when Ibra was there, yeah, okay, people still said Ibra, yeah, he's good, but there was a lot of Ibra slander when he was there. Well, you can do it in PSG. Oh yeah, that's so good. It's a shit league, but Ibra's still Ibra. Now you look at him, he still goes down as one of the one of the legends. So
exactly.
It's the same thing with Donnarumma. I feel like he just gets that hate because it's PSG, but people forget very easily. Like you said, he's been playing since he was 16 years old with Milan.
Yeah,
consistently there.
He signed a contract when
they had a shit team, and he was winning them games sometimes. Yeah, and he wasn't even 20 years old yet. And like people forget, and then even in the Euro turn, like in the last Euro, he was 21, 22, and like that final when he just walked off after saving that penalty.
To have that composure,
that confidence,
and he just robs people.
Just in a big game. What big game has Vicario played in?
Yeah, it's true.
Tottenham. He plays with Tottenham. Yeah, he plays in the Prem. But what is Tottenham? What have they done?
Yeah, no, I agree.
How is that justified?
It's good what it is to be a sub. If case something happened on Roma, then it's okay. It will be next in line.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but these people saying that Vicario should be starting. No. They don't know. Like you don't know soccer. Buffon. Donnarumma, he's the clear-cut number one goalie.
Well, there's a reason why he also has the same name as Buffon, Gianluigi. Yeah. Like, you don't get that just because you look pretty, man.
Yeah, you don't. And he's not that
pretty. If he will get a little bit of Buffon, not too much as saves and anything, because Buffon, don't forget that he was one of the best goal in the world. Mm-hmm. Not only that, but he used to direct, control the defense.
He controlled that whole
defense. Would be the one that I would say left, right, somebody's coming in, or whatever. He was, if Donnarumma would just learn a little bit of that, and everything makes a big difference.
And how to read the game better.
It's scary because he's still, he's not young, but like he's approaching the prime of his career. But you look at any Italian goalie, they actually get become the best at the ripe age of 30.
Yeah.
You know, like
Well,
look at Buffon.
No, never mind. No, never mind Buffon. Look when we won the World Cup. When we won the World Cup, 1982. Okay, maybe you weren't even born.
I was born at that point. So how could I see?
1982. But 1982, Zoff. I'm not sure. I think he was 41, turned 42, or he was already 42 anyway.
Yeah.
Which was probably, and we won the World Cup. And they made the save against Brazil at the last second when we won 3-2. I don't know, the guy took a header right on the corner. He was on the other side, and he just flew on the other side, which we won the game.
At 42 years old.
That's the thing. That's the thing with Italian players in general. Play their best football at the age of 30 and above.
In the later years of their career.
It's rare that you see the talent, like, even before. Okay, it's not rare. You see it. But to be, like, at the level that they are at now, some of these guys, it's like, wow.
Yeah, I feel like Italians always – you don't see, like, with English. English is always, like, the young, the old, like, the 17 is up and coming. You'll hear them for, like, 3-4 years, like Theo Walcott or Aaron Lennon, and then you don't hear of them until the end of their career. Like, they do absolutely nothing. The only one
I've heard of their whole career was a guy like Wayne Rooney. Yeah. And that's why I'll say he's one of the best of all time.
He's one of the best Englishmen of all time.
But that's the thing.
With Italy, I feel like they don't – you'll kind of hear a little bit about the youth, but they're playing on some random team. And then you'll hear about them again. They'll get signed from, like, Wolfsburg or, like, Fenerbahce, like 27, come back to Italy, and then just become an animal.
Yeah. But
that's just how Italians are.
Yeah.
Besides the goalie, obviously we all agree that Donnarumma has to be there.
That's without a doubt.
Besides him, is there another player for Italy that needs to be starting?
That would be in question, because I was going to say, obviously Chiesa, but I think that's, like, unanimous. I feel like that's going to happen. And
is it unanimous, though?
Who is going to be starting over Chiesa, Joe?
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, some people might say he had a bad season. Oh, fuck that guy.
But look at Joe, like Zaccagni, El Shaarawy, not very much crazy options up there. Yeah, good super sub to have on the team. Some people are like, "Oh, why is he there?" No, I like the fact that he's there.
He's
I
think
good.
He's versatile. A great sub. He could be everywhere for you.
But that guy's never going to be a starter on the team.
Not given the players they have now.
No.
So I say Chiesa?
Like, I think like he's a guy that's got to be in the lineup. And if I'd say another one, obviously, like with the whole injury thing, he might miss the first one, but I think Barella has to be in the lineup. And this might be a bold take. I definitely not my Juve bias, because he's one of the best fullbacks in the world, but Cambiaso has to be playing every game.
Okay. Now, why Cambiaso? Because that was probably the most out of the three. That's the one that people.
Yeah, that would be.
Explain.
For me, watching him play this season, like more and more that I would see of him, it's just like I'm like we have to lock this guy in big time, because he's one of those players that after this tournament, if he gets the playing time that he should be getting, as long I'll give it to Spalletti, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I think he will. I think he sees him. He knows what he's capable of. He knows how much of a weapon he is, and he'll use him. You're going to see how much praise he gets once the world gets to see him. Because now in Serie A, you don't get that much. Like someone could be doing amazing, and unless they're, I feel like a different nationality, like Dybala, when with Juve, he got that really high praise because he wasn't Italian. But it's very odd that like Italians, that even when they start doing good in Italy, they'll start getting the praise worldwide. Like even mentioned at like a top fullback, like DeMarco literally was, and you bet like you heard just Italians saying that, oh yeah, he's the best fullback. Everyone else is like, he's all right. Like,
he just knows I'll
still take Alexander Arnold over him. But with Cambiaso, I just think his versatility, that he can kind of drop anywhere you need in the game. Like if you know, in the middle kind of needs more help, like you'll see him drop in the middle, and he's very good as a midfielder. He can kind of move around the field, and just his passing, like his vision, it's something that I feel like we're missing on the wings. Because DeMarco, he is good, but there's certain times where
he's almost like a one-trick pony.
Yeah, like I feel like it's just if it's not like, if he's not having a game, like every pass he makes is off. No matter if it's a cross or a pass back or a pass forward, they're all off. He's just completely off. But like Cambiaso, man, I don't think I've seen him have a bad game. Like I'm being honest. Like he's something that I feel like he's gonna be like the Chiesa in the tournament from like 2020. That kind of
revelation.
No one, like Chiesa wasn't even a starter. Berardi was starting over Chiesa. Then all of a sudden Chiesa comes in, scores a goal against Austria, scores a goal against Spain, scores against Belgium, scoring every game, literally like winning games for Italy. And everyone was like, who the fuck is this Chiesa kid? Like, I know, like, you know, his dad used to play, but who the hell, I don't know, his son played. And like, he literally made a name for him. And I feel like Cambiaso, that's what it's going to be him this tournament. I think he's gonna be that standout guy.
So, who do you think?
I was gonna say exactly what I said.
Cambiaso?
Cambiaso, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Cambiaso, man, you watching him play. Like the last person I've seen, and like obviously because I watch them every week, I see them the most. Juve. He's the closest thing that we've had to like since Joao Cancelo.
Yeah.
With more defensive abilities.
Yeah.
But like just the vision he has, and when he brings the ball up the field, it was like how Joao Cancelo was. Like he is honestly phenomenal at that position. And I'm telling you, as long as Spalletti, sees that and hey, you know what, Di Lorenzo, I love you. You were the captain of the team at one point, but you gotta, take some sacrifice for the team, and maybe you'll be used later on as a sub.
Yeah.
But Cambiaso has to be starting. Whether maybe you guys start together and he's on the left side and you bench DeMarco, or on the other side, but he has to be in that lineup.
Yeah. Okay. Well, for me, I think the standout player. I'm a little bit torn. I feel like my obvious choice would be a guy like Fagioli, simply because was banned the whole year.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't know what to expect from him. So I think if he has a good tournament, which I think he will, I think he's a consistent player. He's hungry. He has the desire, and I think that's what will kind of push him over the edge in a good way. So I want to say he might be that guy, that he's a standout player. And honestly, I feel like he should be almost a lock in the lineup just because of his versatility again.
Fagioli?
Yeah, I know it's a bold statement because no one, again, he's been banned
crazy,
the whole
not
year.
Coming from me, man.
But man, because
I like it.
He's smart. He's a very intelligent player, and you could see the way he reads the game. And the fact that he has the fitness that he could go all game and he has like stuff like that in his locker that you could just snap your fingers and he could play at Regista. You could play him closer to the attack. You could play him out wide probably, because I feel like Allegri did that at one point, like 2 years ago. I think he's one of those guys, and I'd probably say Fratesi. Fratesi the most, actually.
Yeah.
That is my guy that I'm rooting for, that he should be starting, because again, you might not be
he's hungry.
You might not be technical, that he has the quality of like the Tottis, the Del Pieros, whatever.
Maybe it's gonna be our Paolo Rossi.
Yeah.
Who, Fratesi?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like he's a dog. Yeah. And when there's always a moment for the dogs. You know what I mean? Like a guy that runs at you 24/7, pressuring your D, fucking always moving into the right spots, like stuff like that. Like that hunger, that dog mentality, I think you always need that on your team. You need a player like that, and I think
you do.
Fratesi should be the one starting 24/7.
He's shown the most of that. Other than like a guy like Barella, Fratesi showed the most of that, like just that grinta, like he's running at guys, like he'll win that ball back no matter who it is, what it is. He's not stopping till he gets that ball back.
And that's the crazy part for me, because like it's like you could put him anywhere. You could put him in the front three. You could put him defensive mid, center mid, attacking mid. He's still just going to give you the same thing. He's just going to run everywhere, help defend, help attack, help everything.
Yeah,
and I feel like,
and with like sorry, what you were saying with Fagioli, like with that, like I agree too, because we still have not seen the full thing, because even saw a little bit at the end of last season with Juve, and then this season everyone's expecting big things. Got the number 21, the whole ban happened. We saw the last two games, which for not playing a whole season was very impressive. Even these two games with Italy, and then you hear what Spalletti says about him, what Pirlo has said in the past about him, what Sadi has said about him when they were coaching Juve, what Allegri has said about him, and everyone talks so highly about they haven't seen many players with the IQ that he has and the vision he has, and just the way that he controls the ball and demands the ball and he wants the ball at his feet at all times. It's like they've praised it very high, and I feel like now this tournament is going to be the first real chance that you're going to see Fagioli and really break out into the scene.
Yeah, I think that's going to be one of those guys. Like obviously, if he starts, if he gets the time, like because again, once Barella's fit, we really none of us could tell you what's going to happen, right? It's
Barella now. It's going to be like the Verratti from the last Euro Cup. Remember the first?
No, I think Barella has more of a dog thing. I know what you mean, like with the spotty. Dude, you're gonna knock my.
No. I'm saying like, remember how like the first two games, like the first game they're like, yeah, I know he's not gonna play, and then the second game they're like, he's back, but we don't want to rush him. So I feel like they're gonna try to kind of let Barella rest and wait to bring him in until they absolutely have to.
In case of
emergency. Let's just say that they beat Albania. Okay, they're in a good position. Then you're playing Spain. Let's just say you get a draw out of Spain. You're in a decent position where you can be like, hey, you know what? We can maybe rest Barella for that third game against Croatia. Play that. We should be making it through, and then we can bring him in the knockout phase. Yeah. So I feel like they're not going to rush Barella back. They're going to use what they have because they have good options, and then slowly ease them into that as they go on.
Yeah. I could definitely see something like that too. It's just in that meantime, how do you fill that void, right? It's like, is it going to be Fagioli that fills that void? Frattesi? Does Pellegrini drop back? You know, like it's no, I agree. Don't drop Pellegrini back at all costs. As much as people for some reason think he's a perfect box to box, he really isn't.
You know, I like Pellegrini, but like I'd rather not even see him start.
Oh, I told you. I would choose Pellegrini. Frattesi over Pellegrini.
Yeah.
If that's the formation, 3-4-3, whatever, I would rather Frattesi over Pellegrini. And I love Pellegrini. That's a number 10. Like, he's the number 10. Your number 10 should be playing, blah, 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 whatever.
But I think I agree with that.
Frattesi's just mental, man.
Yeah.
Watching him yesterday afterwards, like, I'm like, wow. He's one hell of a fucking
even that volley, like the way he finished that pass by Chiesa.
Oh my
like,
God.
dude, like it's those aren't easy to finish like that
not.
off the volley like that.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah, but no, but there you got again. We were talking about Cristante there.
I don't know what.
No, I agree.
Those where I'm like, Spalletti, like really, like what the fuck are you doing?
I guess it's like it's old faithful. I guess maybe he thinks like, oh, I know what to expect out of him. I know what performance he'll give me. I'm gonna play it safe almost. You know, like I'm not gonna gamble with Fagioli, who only played 2 games this year or whatever. That's the only thing I could think of if Cristante and Jorginho play beside each other.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Other than that, I can't see why it's
Did Lorenzo play any of these 2 exhibition games? No.
Yeah.
Did he play
the first one? I think the first game.
Did he play the first one?
Yeah, the first game. Then the last game, then it was Cambiaso and play on the other side. Who started
For what?
For Italy yesterday.
Raul Bellanova.
Bellanova. Yeah.
I think that's another guy. I think he's good, but he offers just speed, in my opinion. I think he's good. Again, subbing him in, though, that's his position.
That'll be a better
to
thing.
him. Like, I think that's his best position.
Yeah.
When you're starting, it's either Cambiaso or Di Lorenzo.
Or Di Lorenzo, yeah.
Either or.
And on the left side, it's DeMarco or Cambiaso.
Yeah.
It's
that crazy. He plays both sides. I fucking love that.
And he could even play in the midfield, too.
Okay, let's not push him, though. Let's keep him on the left.
He could, though.
I know
you guys used him as a midfielder.
Yeah, I'm just saying, though. Keep him. We need our wing backs.
We love the versatility, man. Remember Giaccherini? Yeah. Giaccherini played anywhere you wanted him.
It's true, actually. Him and Parolo.
Yeah.
They're so bad, though.
Yeah.
So this question is mainly for you, not for Alex, because he has no opinion. He's not allowed to on this. Given like the team Spalletti has called up now, is there one player from the past that you think you could slide into this team and they would make a huge difference?
Any position.
You could, even if you say Baggio, which might be the most obvious one because they need anything like that, but.
Right now, I would go for defense.
Okay.
To put somebody in defense.
Who would you take?
I'll put Shirea.
I had a feeling he was going to say Shirea.
I thought for sure.
I thought he was going to say Shirea or Chiellini.
No.
I thought it was going to be one of those two.
Yeah, Chiellini. No, Chiellini was Chiellini.
Yeah.
That's it. By Shirea, he was... well, like I said, he never got a red card in his...
that was one guy. I think I that's the one guy I wish I saw. Like I saw
him and Gentile for me.
Yeah,
because my dad always tells me how Gentile was different.
He always has stories about Shirea and like how good he was, how much class he had. Guy never got a red. Wish I saw a guy like that, man. I wish.
We were close with Maldini, technically.
Some people, dude. You ask like some people, the people that have been there and seen Shirea play, like they'll argue that he was Italy's best ever defender.
Yeah, like I said, for being a defender, well, he was in the middle there, and he would control the whole thing. A lot of time he would get the ball, bring all the way to the top, cross, they would score. Sometimes he would go in and he would score and everything. But then again, for a guy in his position, never got a red card in all his career, and I think yellow cards you can almost put him on 5.
Oh fuck!
But he said the way he would, let's say that he would take the ball away from your feet or. He never got to know when you tried to rush, get the ball. He did it with such a class that sometimes he would take the ball away from you. He didn't even know that the ball, that you lost the ball.
You were still running with
it. You said, what is the ball? And he was already going the other side.
Oh,
like a gentleman. That's what they used to say. He was a gentleman.
Yeah.
So you would take Shirea on this
team?
I
would take Shirea, yes.
Interesting answer. Did you think he was going to say that?
No, not at all.
No, I wouldn't put, I would probably say Baggio, Del Piero, or something.
Yeah.
No, to me, because right now the defense, like I said, they can be whatever they want. But if the 3 defensemen over there who plays back, if they don't talk to each other, if they don't play together the way they gotta
Mhm.
Like when we had
Yeah, but that's what
Bonucci,
I'm
I
saying.
think.
Bonucci,
It's hard.
Bonucci could go and he would go. He would start running up. Chiellini already knew, and
they
Chiellini
knew
would
it,
cover that, and he
They
would
read
already.
Oh
each
yeah,
other like
They knew each other.
you need that over
brothers.
there.
Yeah.
Because how many times we watch a game that somebody cross, and then you see this guy on this side that's going to go is all by himself.
Yeah.
And then you see two defensemen there together talking, oh no, like that. But there was when with Chiellini and things like that, everybody knew. As soon as about hey, there is one guy on the other side, so the guy will run over there.
Yeah.
And we don't have it.
No.
This year we don't have it. Let's hope, like I said, that.
I said the same thing. I don't know that defense, man. It worries me.
No, see, I'm a little bit more content with the defense. I think they could do it. It's just a matter of
I
if
think
they
they
get
could
that
too, it's just-
cohesion together fast. That's the $1 million thing.
Either that, or if we're gonna get some stupid goals, then we'll see it from a defenseman that made a mistake. Okay, anybody can make it, but when you start seeing that, I'm
You
sorry.
see
it's
how
a
they
little bit,
react from it. If they start, getting in their heads and start thinking like they start getting in their own head. That's it. Just that's game over right there for the D.
Yeah.
All right, now fast forwarding, we're gonna do a little preview for this weekend's games.
Okay.
We're gonna get into that quickly. It's not showing up on the screen there. I don't know why it's showing Egypt versus Ghana or whatever Bissau they played. I see it on my phone over here.
Yeah, but you're looking at today.
Oh, but because you got the World Cup qualification.
No, it's like I have it on. It's just not mirroring.
Okay, that's
but
fine,
whatever.
fine.
Regardless, I'm just gonna read it out to you guys.
Okay, read it there.
We're gonna just do Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We're not gonna go through every single game during the group stage. Whatever.
Well, by that time we're gonna be recording next week anyway.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
We can go over
so
those
that's
next
why
week.
we'll go over it next week. So we got on Friday to kick things off. We got Germany versus Scotland.
Germany versus Scotland.
I think this is a no-brainer.
Nah, man. I think a draw.
No. I think Germany win. They're at home. They have to do something for their fans.
No,
first
they're
game.
not, and that's exactly why it's going to be an upset.
Nah, so what do you think?
I was going to say the same thing. I will call for a tie.
Yeah, I think so, man.
So you guys are on the same wavelength. I don't know how I feel. All right,
Germany,
You
a
know
lot of
we're
time
related?
they do that. Germany, let me tell you.
Germany has not been the same since that World Cup.
I would say that either probably they're gonna kill them. The game might finish for nothing in Germany, or else you're gonna see a little. I'm gonna say a tie. I will say a tie.
They used all their superpower against Brazil over there when they beat them.
Oh, when they beat them
7-2 or 8-2, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, 7-1, 7-2.
I don't know how to do it. It was embarrassing, man.
Yeah, and they missed about another.
I know it could have been in the teens that game, man.
All right, and then we got on Saturday Hungary versus Switzerland.
Hungary versus Switzerland.
It's a weird game to call.
It is.
I'm not gonna lie.
It is.
I would take
can see
Switzerland. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hungary lately.
I would take. I'm gonna take. Hungary's where Thing plays. No.
Sabaz.
Yeah, I'm gonna take. I'm gonna say them 1-0.
See, I'm gonna say Switzerland because
Switzerland
there's something about Switzerland that always scares me, man. I don't know why. They're not even, like, respectfully to them, they're not even that good, but they just know how to trouble everybody.
Well, when they're the ones that were in a group,
yeah, and that's what I mean. They troubled us. They were a good team. They're organized.
Switzerland that term.
So Shaqiri turned into fucking
always. He puts that jersey on, and next thing you know, he's Lionel Messi's son.
He's still playing? Yeah, no.
Oh yeah,
I think so. Only for Switzerland though. I think he's playing like MLS or something, and then
Chicago Fire.
Switzerland, he just comes alive.
And then we got Spain versus Croatia.
This is gonna be a good game.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one. That sets the tempo for both teams, actually.
It does.
I'll say another tie there.
I'm gonna say
Spain.
I'm gonna say a Croatia upset.
Damn. I don't know. I think Spain their style. They have a lot of.
We're talking about Spain. It's always Spain. Spain needs a tournament where they just get fucking out in the group stages.
Yeah, that could happen. I mean, considering their group is very difficult this year,
and their team, it's not that good.
Their defense looks shaky.
Yeah,
really shaky.
Very
their
shaky.
attack looks good.
Their midfield looks good. Their attack
is
it's young plus a very inconsistent offside Morata.
Yeah,
but like, Morata's another one of those guys. When he puts that jersey on, he ends up becoming Usain Bolt.
He scores 4 goals a game. 3 of them are offside.
Yeah,
but it depends if the other team scores less.
Exactly, that's the thing, though. Then we'll jump over to Sunday.
Oh no! Whoa, you skipped one game.
I'm not doing that game.
You can say it. Just you don't have to answer it.
Okay, fine. Italy versus Albania.
Well, I said this earlier. I think that game's going to be a draw. Italy always likes making things hard.
No. I'll even tell you, it's going to be 3-0 Italy.
Jesus.
3-0 Italy.
Yeah.
Okay, even better. Who's going to score?
I'm gonna check over there. I would say Chiesa,
Okay.
Fratesi,
Okay.
and
No, don't worry.
So Chiesa, Fratesi. One more.
one is gonna be defenseman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cambiaso.
You got it, Ponyag.
Cambiaso's gonna
Remember
score.
that, eh? On Monday.
Somebody place a bet. I won't bet because it's my team. But somebody else place that bet for us.
I'll put that bet through. So Chiesa, Fratesi, and
And
Cambiaso. I mean, okay. We'll see Saturday. We'll see. What do you
Okay.
say?
I'm not saying anything.
Say something.
I'm not saying anything.
Say something.
won't
But at least they're gonna win the title.
I can't say anything. I can't. I
Joe's
prefer not to speak.
superstitious and
I
he
can't
can't
talk
say
about
it. And
my
if he
team.
says they're
he
going to
won't say
win, they're
because
going to
Totti's
lose.
not there. That's why. If Totti was there, he would have said it.
If
right away.
Dorossi was the coach, I tell you right now, we probably already won it, like 4-3.
Okay, if you don't say an answer, you're not getting your Totti jersey. I already have it here. Came in.
Do you actually?
Yeah.
I don't believe you. Anyways,
You're not getting it until you say the score.
I'll literally ransack your house if that's the case. Sorry, Tom. I'm gonna have to do
Sunday.
it.
I thought you said you have to get
Then
burning.
Sunday we got Poland versus Netherlands.
Okay, Poland, the thing is out.
Who?
Milik.
Oh, yeah, Milik's out. He got a knee injury.
And, but then again, Netherlands,
They're always.
it's a team that when you least expect, you can say,
I know.
Poland.
I think they're gonna make a decent run. Netherlands this tournament. I'll say Netherlands that game.
I'm gonna say Poland.
Okay, then I'll say a tie. Just to.
I have to say, I just think Poland has
You're
to
supposed to agree
finally
with
get
me.
it right. Oh, fuck Netherlands. Sorry, guys.
No, I think I don't know, man. I think seeing
See, my leg
Netherlands
is- my
last
leg is
tournament,
shaking right now. I'm still thinking about Frimpong.
seeing
Fucking loser.
them last tournament, like in the World Cup, really surprised me because like I honestly I counted them out. I was like, yeah, no, they're not doing nothing.
They beat Canada,
like-
right? Now they was
Yeah,
Netherlands.
yeah,
beat?
yeah.
Did you? I don't know if what
But you know who didn't beat Canada?
Francia.
France and
Francia.
Mbappe. They couldn't score a goal.
Yeah, it's a
I don't know,
friendly,
man. Jonathan David almost scored a goal. Almost. We got an almost goal against France.
Almost only counts in horseshoes.
We got an almost goal against France, though, Joe.
It means nothing.
That's big. That's big, big, big.
Anyways, Serbia versus England.
DV7 pops in a brace.
There we go. That's fucking Juve agenda again.
Who's that?
Saying Vlahovic is going to
Vlahovic.
score against England.
Because it's Serbia against England.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to say England ties that game.
Ooh.
I'm gonna say Serbia.
You know what? I was actually going to say Serbia too.
Yeah.
Damn, you guys are both
I don't
going to
know,
say Serbia
man.
will win.
It's one of those teams that could actually trouble them. They're
No,
not
100%,
bad. They're not good.
100%
Like
it can.
whatever.
And
And
Milovic is gonna score 2 goals.
so it's going to be 2-2 the score.
I said they're gonna win.
Oh shit!
He said they're going to
You
win.
said
I said tie.
Yeah.
So for me, he's going to score a hat trick, so it's going to be 3-3.
Okay. And the last game is Slovenia versus Denmark.
I'd probably say
I say Slovenia because of Hamšík is on Slovakia.
Slovakia.
Fuck.
Those one
Who's
that
in
they were
Slovenia?
in Italy's group in 2010, and we
Yeah.
couldn't beat them. We
Who's
tied
in
them.
Slovenia?
I think
They
Oblak.
plays in Italy. No.
That guy that starts with a J. I don't know how to say his name though, so I'm not going to try. I think he's on
Jorginho.
Bola. Jorginho's there too. He's
I
leaving
don't
Italy.
know. I'd probably say Denmark for that game there. I'd probably say Denmark.
I'm gonna say Denmark as well for Christian Eriksen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's still playing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think
Christian
saying
Eriksen.
in memory
Yeah.
of Chris Eriksen, they were gonna,
No. There, that's
Me
it.
too. Denmark.
You said Denmark too?
I
Yeah.
said Denmark as well.
We're all in agreements here.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Except
Okay.
Italy, we're not in agreement.
Just remember what we said on the other games, eh? That then
Cambiaso, Chiesa, and Fratesi.
Yeah, but what if Fratesi comes off the bench, scores a goal quickly?
Yeah.
That'd be pretty crazy.
Him and Cambiaso. It's 1-0. Chiesa. They both come on 2 and 3. What could happen?
because Chiesa is like that. When you least expect, he's gonna score the goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll pull a goal out of nothing. We're gonna be doing nothing. All of a sudden, he just comes curler from like 30 yards out. Oh, it goes top corner.
Hey, I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah.
I mean, a goal's a goal. I don't give a fuck if it's an own goal or not.
Oh no,
Score.
dude. But
Just wanna win.
that's just Chiesa in tournament.
That's the result.
Yeah, but don't
Chiesa's
forget
a
because
big game guy.
because beside the injury, but then when he was playing all the games with Juventus, a lot of time Allegri was put him on the wrong
Yeah,
He
he was playing him as like a
He
striker.
was never playing his actual position, everything. And
he
that
likes
makes a
playing on that wing.
difference.
Oh yeah, 100%. Look at like even with like Pellegrini. He was like when Mourinho was playing him like deeper back and having him like sitting there, he couldn't do nothing. He was not the Pellegrini that people were like, oh my god, Pellegrini, he's fucking amazing.
Yeah, you're right.
Then all of a sudden, Tirossi comes, starts playing him further up where he should be playing, and it's like, oh shit, wait, he can actually still play. He's actually a good player still. He's not shit.
Yeah.
It makes a complete difference. Like Chiesa next year, don't take this out of context, but I'm saying under the right coach, he can have a fucking Ballon d'Or season and completely change from what it was this year. As long as he's playing in the right position.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Anything is because you've seen how much of a threat he is in that role.
People accept that. Like some players are just built to be wingers. You know what I mean? Not central players that they could play as second striker or whatever. Like Chiesa's that guy that he could, maybe later in his career he could play inside. Yeah. But right now he's a through and through winger. You
saw it clear as day with one of the best to ever play the game, Ronaldo.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says. Yeah, he played striker, near the end. And even with Real Madrid, when Benzema got hurt, they kind of moved him into the middle. Ronaldo was always the best when he was on the left wing. Yeah. When he was cutting in, that was where he was the deadliest. When he was a striker, he was still good, but he always drifted out to the left. He loved playing that because he knew that's where he could dominate.
It's home for him. It's
exactly.
Home. It's like Vinicius Jr. now.
He knew he perfected it. Yeah, exactly. He perfected it. He knew what to do there. He knew that he was dominating. He can beat guys coming off that left side. It was like nothing for him. But playing in the middle was a little bit more difficult. And the same thing with Chiesa.
Yeah.
I'll be like, I thought at the beginning when it was happening, I thought it would be a good thing. I'm like, you know what? Chiesa can kind of form this new role. I really think he'd be capable of doing it. He has everything the role needs, but I think just to see his dominance, he has to be playing on that left side.
Yeah. No, I agree. All in all, I think we could all agree here. We just want Italy to have a good tournament.
No, we want them to win.
Baby steps. I'm gonna say I just want them to have a good tournament. And come next week, you'll either see me not a part of the podcast anymore, or
it might just give you guys a heads up. It might just be me next week here. Joe might be non-existent, depending on how the game goes on Saturday. Just giving you guys a heads up.
If it's not the result I want, I'm quitting my job. I'm taking a leave of absence. I already threatened my bosses that I might
be off for the whole month.
I told them, you have to work Saturday. I'm like, well, I guess I'm taking a leave of absence because I have anxiousness or I have anxiety. Sorry. I have anxiousness.
It's okay, Joe. We're done here now. You don't have to talk about it until after the game Saturday. I know you're superstitious and you're not going to be talking about it the rest of the week.
No, I probably will talk about it all week.
Yeah,
hey, Joe, what do you do?
You're gonna get nervous. You're gonna get nervous the more and more you talk about it. So
I'm gonna have a heart attack probably, but it's okay.
We'll leave it there now. We talked about it enough today. You can kind of breathe, relax for Saturday. It's okay. 3-0, like Tony said. Stop. Just relax.
If that happens, I'm coming here. I'm not going to work.
Don't worry. Take it easy.
Then you'll be here.
I'll bring the grappa and I'll throw up.
Well, Big Tones, thank you for coming today.
Pleasure.
It's always a pleasure having you on the episode.
Thank you. I enjoyed it.
Shut up. Stop being so nervous. Italy's going to win. Just fucking relax a little bit.
Next week we're gonna have Tony come back again on the show.
He's gonna calm Joe down
and take that guy Pellegrini out of there.
Pellegrini and fucking Cristante.
That's it.
I'm sorry, it had to be the two Roma players, but my God, those are the only two that I'm like, fuck off.
I'm sorry, I would have got more the Orsolini there than Cristante. I would have brought the guy there.
Yeah.
Because Orsolini, I've seen him in quite a few games.
That was surprising.
That guy can bring. I'm telling you,
that was really surprising.
He's dangerous. The guy.
That was surprising.
I think they should have called Orsolini and said it's Zaccagni.
Yeah, I don't know why they called Zaccagni.
Yeah, you're right.
That guy from fucking Lazio. What has he done? 2 years ago, okay, he had a good season, but what the hell has he done this year?
He hooked up with Zaniolo's ex.
Yeah, he's been fucking.
That Orsolini, I'm telling you, he would have been somebody who give you.
What?
What?
Everyone just gotta stop.
Regardless, guys, thank you for everything.
Thank you guys for listening. If you haven't already, don't forget to follow us on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. Check out our YouTube channel and don't forget to subscribe there. Tony, it's always a pleasure.
Thank
Joe,
you.
Go fuck yourself. We'll see you guys next week.
Nice.
Hopefully with a 3-0 win and some money in my pockets. I'm going to be betting like Fajoli. Take it easy, guys.
See you later.
Take care.